What's good, everybody? It's the Cloud with Cab Show. NFL Week 5 with some good games. My best game all weekend was definitely the Dallas Cowboys beating the LA Rams. I called this pick. I just was sold on the Dallas Cowboys defense. I'm really sold on them. They got the top 3 defense in the NFL. And look, let me tell you, the Dallas Cowboys can really run it this year. And I'm not saying that because Dak Prescott's out and they got Cooper Rush in. No, I'm saying that because their defense is legit. They get pressure on the quarterback every single play. Starts with Parsons and the rest of the crew. And I'm telling you what, man, the Cowboys are something to take serious right now. Ever since that got hurt, everybody kind of wrote him off. Everybody was like, the Cowboys are done. That's it for the Dallas Cowboys. It's over. It's a wrap, but it's not, dude. They're on a win streak right now, and I think if they continue to win with Cooper Rush and the way they're winning with their defense, is keep Dak right now on the side until he's actually 100% with this thumb. You know, it takes a while to come back from that, especially his throwing hand, everything that goes into that with the quarterback. But I think for Dak's situation is to really just take it easy, man. Like, take it a slow process because right now the Cowboys are looking nice and it's look like they're going to continue to win if they can play defense like they've been playing. So, shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. That was my lock pick all weekend, and it hit, man. Even though I said 42 with the over, it went under, but this was a great game. But shout out to the Cowboys getting the big dub, beating the defending Super Bowl champions in the LA Rams. And then we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I went Buccaneers money line on this one, and it hit. They barely won, but a win is a win. Tom Brady, 351 yards passing and a touchdown. Fournette, he had a touchdown as well on my fantasy squad. So I did pretty well this weekend, even though I lost in one of my fantasy leagues, which was really a heartbreaking loss. I was like 80% chance to win, and I still lost. It was a heartbreak, but, you know, it was all Tampa Bay. Atlanta, I just thought, you know, really kind of one-dimensional team with Marcus Mariota. So that's why I went Tampa Bay with Tom Brady the GOAT. So that was the easy pick as well. And then we got the New York Giants beating the Green Bay Packers. This one really surprised me. This game was in London, I believe, and really looking at this game, it was one of them where it's like, man, how are the Green Bay Packers going to lose this game and really give it away in a way? You know, looking at Aaron Rodgers, 222 yards and 2 touchdowns. But, you know, really the reality's really setting in for Green Bay right now. And definitely with Aaron Rodgers. Davante Adams is out, his favorite target. Now what? You know, who's Aaron Rodgers' go-to guy? You know what I'm saying? Randall Cobb, he's been his guy for a while, but I'm saying like a superstar. That's what Aaron Rodgers is lacking right now, is actually a superstar receiver to help him out, dude. Because that's what they need, man. They need Davante Adams. When Davante Adams went to the Las Vegas Raiders, I was like, wow, dude. You know, we're talking that just hurts Aaron Rodgers right now. And I just think Aaron Rodgers, you know, I don't know what it is, but the body language inside the locker room, I just feel like there's a lot of excuses, right? A lot of fingers being pointed in Green Bay. You know, at the end of the day, it's just like, look, you got to show up to play. And really, you know, I understand you don't have superstar talent yet, but yeah, I still think that Aaron Rodgers can overcome this. I think Aaron Rodgers can run deep in the playoffs this year if they really do some adjustments. But I just think right now Green Bay's kind of looking sloppy, dude, really. But give a shout out to the Giants, man. Saquon Barkley, 70 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones, 217 yards passing. And really, it was just a solid game by the New York Giants. And really, their defense came to play. You know, made some, in and outs with Aaron Rodgers, but at the end of the day, I really thought Aaron Rodgers was really going to come back and win this game. They had opportunities to do it. They fell up short. This was really a surprising game for me because, like I said, I had Green Bay. Even at 8, I thought for sure they would win this game. But, you know, the reality is Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that talent right now around him, and it's starting to show in Green Bay. So, shout out to the New York Giants. What a big win. And then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills. I went Buffalo in this one. I went money line because I thought for sure this would be a lot closer game, but it wasn't. It was a blowout. You know, Kenny Pickett, 327 yards and an interception. Really quiet game. You know, Josh Allen, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 pick, dude. I mean, dude, it's just crazy. Gabe Davis, 171 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Buffalo Bills, and it was all Buffalo with the blowout. It was kind of sad, really. But looking at Buffalo, it makes sense. Preseason favorites to win the Super Bowl. Right now, looking at Josh Allen, we're thinking, wow, dude, This kid is a superstar. He is legit. He's going to continue to get better. And really, the Bills right now are the team to beat, dude. Even though there's only one undefeated, and shout to Philadelphia. But looking at the Bills, man, they're probably the pound-for-pound best team right now. And that starts with Josh Allen. And I think if Josh Allen continues to have the year he's going to have, he's probably going to win MVP this year and probably run to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the high hopes in Buffalo, right, is to make it to the Super Bowl and win it. But it's still a long, long journey ahead, okay? But, you know, the Bills are looking hot right now. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. And then we got the LA Chargers versus the Cleveland Browns. I went Chargers in this one. Money line, though. It was 2.5, 3 here. But, you know, they didn't cover, though. They only won by 2. But shout out to the Chargers getting the job done. And really, it was just all effort, you know. Justin Herbert, 228 yards passing and a touchdown. Austin Eckler, 173 yards and a touchdown. Mike Williams, 134 yards receiving. And really, it took a whole team effort for the Chargers to get this win. And shout out to Eckler. I thought he was due for a big game. He was on one of my homies' fantasy squad. Shout out to my homie Jay. And really, he took off as well in fantasy. But, you know, for the Browns, it's just hard to bet on the Browns when all they got is Nick Chubb, who had 17 carries for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns on one of my fantasy squads. So he took off as well. But, you know, that's really all they got in Cleveland is Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb, pound for pound, top 3 running backs in the league, dude. He's putting up numbers every single week. Every week. That's Nick Chubb, man. Shout out to Nick Chubb. But the Chargers, this was a big win on the road. Shout out to the LA Chargers. And then we got the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings were 7.5-point favorites. They didn't cover, but they did get the job done. They got the W. Kirk Cousins, 296 yards passing, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. Justin Jefferson, 154 yards. And I told you guys, Justin Jefferson, man, this kid, he is definitely, if he's not a superstar yet, he's on his way to become a superstar. I mean, he's got so much talent and really just his ability just to break you off from the jump. It's just even press coverage. It's just insane to me what he can do. So shout out to Justin Jefferson. And really the Bears right now, you know, started off with a dub, but then ever since then, they have not been looking well. Justin Fields, 208 yards passing and a touchdown. But really the Bears are just kind of a basic team, dude. Nothing really sticks out to me where it's like, man, the Chicago Bears are nice, dude. They're legit. They're going to win the Super Bowl. No, it's just the typical Chicago Bears where it's just like, they're just trying to survive here, dude. They're just trying to make it out with the W, you know, like straight up. But, you know, the Minnesota Vikings, this was another easy pick for me. Shout out to Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings getting the dub. And then we got the Detroit Lions versus the New England Patriots. This was probably the worst pick all weekend for me. I went with the upset in Detroit, which was probably the stupidest pick I've ever chose. You know, they had so many injuries, and it made sense why the New England Patriots would win at home. Bill Belichick, a great head coach. You know, it's Bailey Zappi, 188 yards passing, a touchdown, and a pick. And really, they blew him out, dude. Jared Goff just one pick. That's it, dude. 229 yards passing. That just wasn't enough. And like I said, the Lions were dealing with so many injuries. This was definitely an ignorant pick right here. But, you know, shout out to the New England Patriots getting the dub at home. This was expected. And then we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the New Orleans Saints. I went Seattle with the upset pick here, but the Saints did win. They did cover. Why did the Saints win? Because of Taysom Hill. He had 3 touchdowns. He was the X factor in this game. He's the reason why they won this game. You know, without Taysom Hill, we're looking at Seattle winning this game. But, you know, it was all Taysom Hill. Shout out to the Saints getting the job done. And then we got the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. You know, really, I went Miami at 3.5, which it made sense to me, even though Tua was out and is going to be out for a while. But you know,